So if you're publishing a book, there's probably not a ton of opportunity to have face-to-face with your audience, and you don't have a storefront. So if somebody's going to learn about you, they're going to go to your website, websites for authors and book portals, and how to support people in your audience, Sarah, as they launch and publish their books. And then how do they take those to the next level to monetize them and grow their audiences?
Welcome to the show, Miss Hannah Boeck. I'm so happy that you're here looking stunning in that yellow. Those of you that are watching, we're going to have an exciting conversation, everybody, about marketing, especially about web-based marketing, website-based marketing. This is a really important conversation. So, Hannah, first of all, welcome and thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you so much for having me. I have a little bit of a head cold, so sorry for the
Oh,
congested, raspy voice.
we would never know. And thanks for making time. We'll have a gentle conversation today about marketing a web. So, Hannah, why don't you tell people a little bit about who you are and what you do so that they know we have some anchoring in that. And I came with a list of questions that I hear from our thought leaders that I have, and you're an expert in this space around web marketing, web design. This is going to be an exciting conversation. So I'm really happy. But first, tell people what you do.
Yeah, so my name's Hannah Boeck, and I'm the owner of Cued Creative. Cued Creative is a digital marketing agency. And for a long time, we had specialized in sort of the health and wellness space,
Mhm.
a lot with therapy practices. But when I joined TLA, I started learning more and more about websites for authors and book portals and how to support people in your audience, Sarah, as they launch and publish their books. And then how do they take those to the next level to monetize them and grow their audiences? So by being part of your audience, I've been learning about what is necessary on a website to stand out in today's market so that they can leverage their books to make more money and grow a bigger audience and
I
email.
know it's we all need it. We're teaching book portals, we're teaching websites, and so Hannah, is it okay if we just do sort of not rapid fire, right? But I just can I just ask the FAQs that the things that come up for all of us who are authors? Like we did the big task of writing the book, and now it's like how do we share the book? How do we have people experience the world of the book? And so I want to ask some general web marketing questions today that certainly apply to your wellness people. Hannah, obviously, a lot of people in our community are in the wellness space, but also people who are in the thought leader space. If you're not, you're a wellness professional, but you can be a thought leader, of course, in many different industries. So, does that sound good?
Yeah, go for it. And if I don't know the answer, then I'll just say I don't
You'll
know.
get it. You're gonna get
Yeah.
it, and you're gonna bring. Yeah, we're gonna get figure it out together. Well, this is all stuff you know. So let's talk. Not all websites are created equal. So whether you're a practitioner, you offer a service, you're a coach, you're an author. Most people, and includes myself, have treated websites for a very long time like an online brochure. Right?
Mhm.
Nothing wrong with that, right? I mean, that is a good thing. People still do go all the time. I hear people say, I went to your site. I checked you out, whether that's someone interviewing me to potentially have me on their podcast. They're going to look at the website. Yes, my social media, but they are going to look at my website. People who are thinking about having me be a speaker, they're going to go to the website, check me out. Do I feel like the right, vibe for them? There are people that hear about, we have a book, so there's all these, things. So, Hannah, like what should we be doing instead? Those of us that are treating our websites like a brochure, which is not a bad thing, it does provide a service for potential clients, speaking bookers, readers, all of that. But what might we want to be thinking about more strategically than here's just a brochure that's online?
Yeah, so I think about your website as your digital storefront. So if you're publishing a book, there's probably not a ton of opportunity to have face to face with your audience, and you don't have a storefront. So if somebody's going to learn about you, they're going to go to your website if they're going to take it beyond your book or, however they came across you, maybe beyond your social media. So yes, in a sense it is a brochure because it's going to highlight you and position you as an expert, but what's really essential here is that it is both dynamic, it's driven to convert, meaning if anybody lands on your website, we get their email address because you don't own your social media following. We know that, but you own your email list. And email is making a comeback. It really is. And so we really want to take advantage of growing that email list. but we also don't want to look DIY, because if you're positioning yourself, you have like 0.2 seconds to make that first impression. So if your website is clunky, or it is like an old school WordPress website from the 90s, which is like that, really that brochure style, then you're going to lose people before you've even had the chance to win them over.
Yeah.
So, oh yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, I want to know how many people who are here in our audience, and then those of you that are online, how many of you have website shame? Okay, and I label it that way because I have had like we're redoing ours now, and it's just because I'm on a book deadline and running the companies and doing the events and all that. It's not done yet, and I I had someone say to me the other day, like, I don't want to send anyone to your website because it's not reflective of where you are right now. And I was like, oh, she was referring me as a speaker. And I was like, oh, I know I need to, and that's a reflection of just me knowing I want it evolves. Like as we evolve, we want our web presence to evolve with us and express where we are now, like our frequency now. So, and I really like what you're saying. Like, yes, we can think of it as a brochure, but is it a brochure that's designed to have people share their name and email, right? So that we can have a relationship with them and also to inspire them to take further action, right? So that's what we call like converting, whether that's to sharing an email, submitting a application, signing up for something. So what are some of the things, whether you're working on an overall like website for someone's company or something specifically for a website for their book, like what are some of the things that you do with your clients to help it become more high converting?
Yeah. So, I mean, what we do is we offer two solutions for our clients. So we have one solution, which is the supported, we call it supported DIY,
Yeah.
where you can purchase a template. And we do have a template designed for authors,
Right.
including a book portal section of it.
Yeah.
So you can purchase a template, it's pre-designed for
Right.
you, follow the prompts and do it.
Plug
It's
and
for,
play and
yeah.
get your portal done. Yes. Yes.
Before I go into kind of what we do in terms of the conversions, I think something that's really important for people to think about as they go into creating a website is what the long-term investment is going to look like for you. So, one, we want a website that's fluid enough that it can grow and change as your business evolves. But the second thing is that if you are not somebody who's got a budget to pay for ongoing maintenance, to have to pay for somebody every time you want to update a date,
Yes.
or change something out, then you really need to be building on a platform that's user friendly, which is why we build on Squarespace. We'll
Hmm.
build on Kajabi if somebody wants a
Sure.
Kajabi site, but we prefer Squarespace because we know once your site's been handed over to you, you can go in and make those updates. So
Yeah.
that's critical, because what you're going to do is you're going to create some sort of funnel. We're going to
Yeah.
funnel people in. So whether it's a book portal and they have to enter their email to get access to that book portal and those additional resources, or it's a sign up for some sort of freebie or take a quiz or something like that to get their emails, you're going to be testing that and deciding if that's converting. And if it's not, you want to be able to go in and change it. So being
Yeah.
on a user friendly platform is essential. The thing is that we don't need your website to have all these flashy things. We need your website to be concise
Yeah.
and clear and concentrated on your core message. And
Hmm.
when you get overwhelmed, you'll land on websites, you'll see like, oh, there's so much movement and so much happening. You're taking away from the core message. And so our
Mm.
whole goal is to dial in on that message. And we want it to be scannable. Most people don't read every word. We want
Right.
it to be digestible, meaning it has to speak to them in a language that they understand. It can't be too high level. And we want it to be connection based, meaning it's got to use language that's driving outcomes. And even though you're the author, you are not the center of the universe. And so when we position you as the hero on the website, you're losing that connection piece. So it's
Yeah.
speaking to your reader and talking to them about, so that they feel understood and seen, and that they instantly want to be part of your world because you're starting to feel like a friend or somebody that they can trust or a mentor, instead of somebody who's so far out of touch, or
Mm.
it's all centered on you. And it's okay
What?
to have your face and picture all over it. Do that, because that's part of your personal brand, because personal brands are critical today. And so
Yes.
this is part of your personal brand, but your messaging has to be connection based.
Tell us a little, could you share more about what's one example of how someone might do that? So, for example, people used to do an about page and it was understandably, it was like their bio. Like, I've done this, I went here to school, even in the third person sometimes, right? And now I think you and I are probably on the same page that we want to see like that really being about the person, even though it says about me, about Hannah, about Sarah, about Kate, about whoever is here, right? That it's really actually about the person visiting the site. It's about the potential client or the reader in this case, in some cases of books. So is that about writing it in the first person so it feels warm and engaging? Like anything you want to give us tips on that, how to make it connection based instead of really promotional based, which is the old way of doing it.
So I think of connection based as outcome based. And if you think about anybody engaging with your content, whether it's your website, your social media, your
Mhm.
book, a course, a coaching program, whatever it is, the only reason they're buying it or giving you their time and energy, which is currency as well, is because they want something on the other side of it.
Mhm.
So everybody here is showing up today and listening to this and watching this because they're here because on the other side of this, they're hoping they walk away with some piece of information that's going to help them elevate their
Yeah.
online presence. So
Yeah.
if we're thinking from that framework, then our content is always speaking to that.
Yeah.
So it's not like, here's the summary of the book. It's like, here's when you're done reading this book, you're going to go, XYZ. Maybe you're writing fiction. When you're done reading this book, you're going to be crying tears of joy and
Right.
sharing it with your best friend because you're going to be so inspired or you're going to feel so touched or you're going to have had that break from your busy life. And so what we're always talking about is what somebody gets from engaging in
Mm.
the product. And that goes with your freebie if you are going to have some sort of free resource. And I can talk a little bit about what makes a high value free resource as well if you want.
Yes, please.
Um, but your free resources and to your email and get my checklist of 10 things that you should do to lose weight today, whatever your topic is. It's outcome driven. The first
Yeah.
statement of that freebie is an outcome driven statement. Do you want XYZ? Then enter your email below and I'm going to share with you this high value resource. And if your freebie is not high value, you've instantly lost trust and connection.
That's right.
And Sarah, you do this so well because in your best-selling boot camp, I try to attend it every time it goes.
Yeah.
Run it because there's so much value in it. I walk away and I'm like, I would have paid $500, $1,000, $1,500 for that. And that was free, and that's what our freebies need to be. They don't
Yeah.
need to be a week long
Sure.
thing, but it can be a PDF. If you create a PDF, it should look nice. It should be recognizable as part of your brand, similar to your website and social media. You should be able to allow people to print it. So not a ton of too much color. You should make it fillable if it's a PDF
Yes.
checklist so that people can use it digitally. I love secret podcasts. That's a great
Yeah.
freebie. Quizzes are really fun. On the back end of a quiz, then you can have a video. You know who does a great quiz is Tracy Goodwin. She has that quiz, your
Yes.
voice type.
Yes, she's one of our thought leader client. She's been in Thought Leader Academy and Oracle here. Yes. And so everyone, I hope everyone's taking notes. This is so powerful. First of all, Hannah, I think, can I just punctuate one of the things that you said? Even the language of your freebie, instead of get my 7 steps to, you know, um, release 10 pounds this week or be more present with your child or, achieve your next financial milestone. Like that's the way we all were kind of taught to do it. Like that felt exciting because it was a results driven, but now we're in a relationship economy, right? We're not in an outcome, so and this is about outcomes, but it's in a relational way. Do you want to release 10 pounds in the next 30 days? Do you want to finish a book in 90 days? Do you want to? That's what I heard you say. And I just wanted to make sure I want to repeat it so that everyone gets that. That do you want fill in result that your person wants? Because that's the value. It's about them, right? I love this, Hannah. I like the way you worded that for us. And then what you're saying, which is absolutely crucial, is that we over deliver on the resource they receive, whether it's a video, a training, a PDF, that like from everything of what it looks like and feels like to the win that we get. My wording is just like, does the freebie get someone a win?
Yes,
Is it getting them a win? Like
100%.
they actually, because we've all had those freebies that just suck. It's like, oh, the person said, I did one recently. I opted into something and it was such a disappointment. And I'm definitely not buying from this person because they positioned it as a resource and the whole thing was a quiz that was getting marketing information from me. I know we all are smart enough. Like, how much money do you know? And they had one lame tip at the end of some like thing you can do. And then it was just great. And I know that I'm going to get followed up from their team and try to sell me. And I thought, God, you could still do, I understand it's a sales generator, but give some value first, right? They didn't give any value, right? So Hannah, you're talking about us being, which I know, you're part of our community and we love this, like giving actual value, giving someone a win, over delivering. It's like, wow, that one PDF, I got 3 new ideas. I implemented one and I got a result. Someone's going to want more.
You should be able to charge for your freebie.
Yeah.
So the way I like to think about a freebie is if you look at the journey of your customer, what oftentimes a free resource is great. You can catch your customer in two places.
Yeah.
One, right before they need the thing that you want to sell them. So let's say you write a book and you're a thought leader, but now you're building on the back end of that a coaching program or you have a
Yeah.
course. So we need to catch them right before they're ready to make this decision to purchase your course. Or if they've read your book and you're creating a book portal and the entrance into that, the
Yes.
currency or the exchange is the email for the access, then the resources in there tie back to your book, but also consider what is the next step you want that customer to take. And can we prompt them with this free resource one step before they're ready to then invest with you in a coaching program or a course? So we're always thinking it's not just like, oh, this is really fun. Like, where does it meet them on that journey? And then we have to be able to apply a price tag to it or it's not valuable. And so I say to everybody, before you sit down and write out and create this whole freebie, what is the thing you want somebody to walk away with being
Mhm.
able to do? Reverse engineer it. So
Yeah.
begin with the end in mind. What should they be able to do? Great.
Yes.
Now they know how to get through the morning without having a meltdown with their child because
Yeah.
they followed these 5 steps or whatever it is.
Right.
Now I'm going to build it. And it's okay. I have a 47-page freebie on how to create passive income.
Yeah.
Like, it can be that big. It can be, I ran a 90-minute free course on how to start a private therapy practice. It was free. But you know what? Those people now trust me and like me because,
Yes.
so it can be a video, it can be a short, like little mini course, it can be, live events. But
Yeah.
anyways, yeah, the value piece is essential to building that relationship and connection.
So again, I want to just punctuate the really important and exciting things you're talking about. Having someone, what is the step they need? I talk, like the amuse bouche, which is, the French for hors d'oeuvre. What is that hors d'oeuvre that would really help them know you, like you, trust you, get a win from your generosity that is before then they'd invest, in something else. That's trust building, right? If we're in a trust recession, we have to create a trust ascension, right? So I love the way you're talking about it, Hannah. And then this is a homework I'm going to give everyone, all right? Since we're just, I know it's the podcast, but still. The homework is, think about what Hannah's shared with us about creating a high value freebie. Those of you in our programs, you have the whole trainings on how to come up with, generate all the ideas. But then ask, how much would people pay for this? And make sure there is an amount someone would pay. Then you know that it's as valuable as something someone would pay for. And then you're going to deliver, on that freebie. So Hannah, I love this so much because ultimately that's what we asked. How do we make a website high converting? And so it's got to give value. It's got to be about the person and results driven, right? What are they going to get from, whether it's they're opting into the freebie on your website or portal, they're opting in for the one resource or multiple in a portal. We might have multiple resources, right? And that wherever they're finding you, that they're getting more value for free than they would, likely pay for. So huge. So let's talk about, I mean, that was already I'm just like taking it in because I feel like if everyone just does this, you're going to have conversions from your web. I mean, a book portal is just a web page or a website, right? It's just another, so this all applies whether you're driving this to a practice. Like Hannah, you worked for so many years first with people and like therapists and practitioners in that way. And now it's like all thought leaders and including authors. So what else do we need to be thinking about on a web experience? Like, what else should we, if anything, we're going to have a high value resource that people would pay money for? It's that good. We're going to be relational and in connection about outcomes. Do you want to fill in the result they want? Not, here's a bunch of stuff about me in like an old school brochure. We're going to make sure it looks reflective of the level of thought leader we say we are. right? Both the freebie and the web presence. So that's why I'm redoing mine, right? Because we've evolved in the last few years since we've done it. So does it reflect if we say I'm a top speaker, is that evident there? Do we get that impression there? Do we see that there? Anything else that we want to make sure we do, especially in this market of this moment that we're in where people don't trust marketing?
Yeah, so I'll do two things. One, I'm gonna a website tip, and then one kind of back to that freebie or
Okay.
that tip. So the website tip, your user experience is critical. So the way information is presented, I always say we go from the big picture and we funnel people down into taking the action, the desired action. So your homepage is the most important real estate of your website. It should be a summary snapshot of everything that your business offers and then
Mhm.
link off to other pages.
Yeah.
We don't want tons of clicks. We want clear and concise language, but that
Mhm.
user experience is critical. And that's with our website template. It comes with a podcast page, a speaker page, a course sales page, a freebie landing page. I mean, it comes with every page you're ever going to need today or in the future with a logical flow. So consider the flow through the website. And when you have your website built, if you have an existing website, ask some people to go through it and say, I want you to figure out how to book with me as a speaker, and ask them how many clicks it took them to get there. Ask them if they got lost along the way. Just ask for some general feedback to see if your user experience is up to par.
Yeah.
Okay, but the freebie thing, because I think this is where people are probably feeling most excited. Once somebody opts in to receive something back from you, I like to deliver it via email because I like to immediately
Mhm.
train my audience to open my email. But in
Yes.
that first email, I go, here it is. It's very short, but then the really make sure it's clear. Watch your inbox because tomorrow I'm sending you XYZ. So now I've
Nice.
trained my audience to open my emails. And then the next day I'm delivering something else of value.
Mm,
I like to deliver a value, maybe my favorite books that had the biggest impact in my life, podcasts that I'm listening to. It doesn't have to be another thing you're creating. It can simply be a list of something somebody wants.
mm.
Then at the bottom of that email, tomorrow I'm going to share XYZ. And so I like 3 emails where you are getting to know your audience, you're sharing your story a little bit, building trust, but you're continuing to deliver and you've trained people to open your emails because now they know what they get from you is of value.
It is exciting. Okay, I mean, I'm excited about the web part, obviously, the websites, and also because the conversion, when we say a high converting website, whether it's a book portal, a main site for your business, whatever it is, your speaker site, it is what is the conversion we want? What does that mean? It's for someone to either give their name and email, like you're saying, to get on the email list, or it might be to, fill out an application or, take some other action. So Hannah, the idea of, those basic nurture sequences are usually so terrible. So if anyone does it, I'm saying the word nurture sequence, meaning someone comes to your website, they put in their name and email to get your free resource or whatever it is. And then what Hannah's talking about is, again, being relational. It's saying, hey, check your inbox now. We also deliver all of ours via email, Hannah. That's how we deliver everything. So you're getting people to go from the website to knowing that you're coming in their email inbox now and with valuable content. So you send them there to receive their freebie, whether it's the access to the portal or their menu planner or your PDF or whatever it is that you've offered. But I love the move, and that's why you're the best at this, of saying, and tomorrow I'm going to send you the 5 books that have made me over $1 million, or I'm going to send you the workout that I do in 20 minutes that let me release, 10 pounds in a month. Like, does everyone see like what Hannah's talking about here? That then someone's excited and anticipating the second email instead of what usually happens is you opt into something and then you get a bunch of sales emails,
Yeah. The
right?
other
That's
thing
the
is
norm.
invite people to reply. Do you have a favorite book or how did you use this or how did it work or where are you stuck? Hit reply and let me know. How many replies I get is crazy. Respond to all those replies and now you have a relationship with these people.
This is so good. I mean, if I want to hear those of you in our live audience, what's one thing you're going to action from what Hannah has just shared? Because we've learned about freebies, we've learned about a website needing to funnel, not just a funnel of people taking action, but Hannah, can you repeat it? It needs to be skimmable.
Oh, scannable. So,
Yeah.
using no large bodies of text, especially on the front homepage. So varying your text from headers to subtitles to
Yeah.
like even bullet point lists. So scannable, it needs to be concise and clear and connection-based language. And it
Yes.
really needs to look good. It really does. It doesn't need a lot of bells and whistles, but just a nice color palette. I like 3 colors, 4 colors at most.
Yeah.
2 fonts, sometimes a third accent font, but we try to stick to 2 fonts and 3 colors, plus a white and a black, and then 3 colors. That makes it look really clean, and
Mhm.
it doesn't run away from you.
Right, because otherwise you're getting into sort of a rainbow medley, prismatic effect that won't. And remember, color is frequency. Color gives certain energy, certain vibes, if you will. So Hannah, but this is it's so good. I'm so grateful that you're in. Those of you in Thought Leader Academy, right? We get to be with Hannah, keep learning from Hannah. We're going to see you in New York City in just a couple weeks. I'm so excited about. And right, you have templates, and you have, if someone wants to do something very customized, obviously you all, do all of it, right? And so anything else we need to know about that piece?
No, we do all that. You can go to cudecreative.com/author, and that
Okay.
page talks about our author stuff. Our full service is very full service. We
Right.
will write your content,
Yeah,
sort
you do
your
it all.
images.
You're
We do it
writing, you're
all.
doing you're helping them with
Yeah.
the freebies, you're helping with everything. So, so everybody will send out in the show notes, a note for, yeah, getting in touch, with Hannah if you want to learn more. Those of you that are going to be in New York at Women Starting Movements, we're obviously get to hang out in person with Hannah, which is so exciting. And I want to hear an action step from everyone. So if you're on YouTube or Instagram and just let us know, what is the action step you are going to take today, so that, or this week, we'll say, let's give it a week. You're going to take this week to implement something that Hannah has taught us, whether it's the making something scannable and really breaking up your text on your website. Is it creating a new freebie using the strategies that Hannah is talking about here that are much more relationship driven, outcome driven, and rich follow up, and training people to go to, because that's the next conversion. One conversion is opting in, and then the next conversion is opening their emails from you. Right. And it's sales is always a series of yeses, right? So the first yes is, oh, this is valuable. The second yes is, oh, I'm going to open the emails. Third yes might be, wow, Hannah blew my mind in her free stuff. I want to, like work with her because look what I got just already, how much I've learned, right? So good. We've got finishing high value freebie, creating real. Yeah, I think everyone's mode. Yeah, Hannah, you've lit a fire under us. I don't know any of us that wouldn't want to improve if we have an existing one. I want to go back and look at our freebie funnel and our language now. So Hannah, thank you for sharing this with us. And we'll make sure you all have Hannah's contact information, so that you don't have to figure this out. There are great marketing geniuses and thought leaders like Hannah, who's part of Thought Leader Academy, part of this community, who know how to do this well. So Hannah, thank you. I'm so grateful for you doing this with such integrity and artistry, because it's a science and an art,
Mhm.
right? The science of marketing with the art of, like you said, it's got to look good. So we're going to end on, because you look so good in that color, it's like blowing my mind. So we're going to end with, it's got to look good. Okay.
It
So
does.
thank you, Hannah, for being with us today. And so excited that we're going to see you in the room in a couple weeks.
Yes. Thank you so much for having
I am beyond honored that you choose to spend your precious time here. And I'm guessing that, like me, you believe everyone deserves to rise. So to keep this content absolutely free to absolutely everyone, I'd be so grateful if you'd subscribe to the show and share this episode with a friend. We'll be the rising tide that raises all ships. Thank you, thank you, thank you.